Hi FlossTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin and this is my channel, Lady Robins. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm really happy to have you here. And if you're a returning friend and viewer, welcome back. I'm happy to have you here as well. It has been a busy week, you guys. I have a recap of what happened at the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit put on by Acorns and Threads the last weekend. So I've got lots of information, chat about that for you. I'll try not to drag it on forever. I have some WIP updates and we have haul. Let me just preface it by saying the wheels fell off the cart. I got into Acorns and I couldn't go once, I went twice. Yeah, the wheels completely came off the cart. I'm slightly ashamed of myself and I'm thrilled with everything I purchased. So haul is going to be probably the biggest part of this video. I do have plenty of pictures to share, so I will make sure I get those tacked on, and I will just give you a recap of what happened at my Stitchy retreat, the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit. It started on Friday, and I'm gonna glance down. Would have been Friday the 23rd of September, and today is the 29th of September. So I was there Friday. My friend Lynn and I drove down to Portland, Oregon, and I think we left here at 8. We met Becca of Sambry Stitches and Lynn of Lynn X Stitch Designs at Acorns. And while we were there were all sorts of other fabulous people. Beth Twist was there. Both of the sisters from Stitching with the Sisterlies were there. Anna, who is Stitch Roadie, was there. Who else was there? Tara, the 805 Stitcher. I did not know that she was going to come, and she was there, so that was fun. It was so fun to see, all those stitchy people that I know from online, and now know a little bit better from being in person. And then the other person that I met was Deb, who is Tara's friend, who came from California also to attend the retreat. So it lots of fun people were there at Acorns, and then lo and behold, we all sat at the same table. So let's see. So myself and my friend Lynn. Next to Lynn was Tara's friend Deb. Next to Deb was Becca of Sambry Stitches. Next to Becca was Tara. Next to Tara was Lynn. And next to Lynn was Megan, the Frozen Crafter. So she was not at Acorns on Friday, but she did show up and she sat with us. I'm trying to remember. I think she came in late Friday. And then she was at our table, of course, on Saturday and Sunday. So we had a really good group of ladies at our table, and we had a lot of fun, and I thoroughly enjoyed each and every one of them. So yeah, so the Stitch Summit started with a trip to Acorns, which was great. Then after that, we went over to the Embassy Suites where the retreat was held. We got ourselves all checked in, got ourselves a table, and then started stitching. We saw our designers that evening. They were introduced to us by Janine, who owns Acorns and Threads. So Janine McGowan of the Blue Flower and Stephanie Webb of Lindy Stitches were our two designers, but we also had a third designer there. I mean, there's lots of designers in the audience, but kind of helping behind the scenes was Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery. And yeah, it was just a super delightful time. I met tons of people, and I just can't say enough good things about the retreat and you know, what a soul-filling time it was to be there. I will show all of our projects. We got pretty much 3 projects. Let me just show you. So when we checked in, we were given the opportunity to select a mesh bag. They had all sorts of different colors. If you've been around here, you know that green is my favorite color. So I went for the green bag, of course. And in our welcome bag, we had, you know, M&Ms, there was floss, what else? M&M's, floss, raffle tickets. Oh my gosh, there was just tons of goodness. There were 2 patterns in the welcome kit from Beth Twist, and I mean, they were great. And I'm fumbling around here because I don't see them in here. I wonder where I put them. Well, it'll probably be in the haul bag. But anyway, so we got that stuff, and I'm trying to remember. I think we did get the kits from the designers Friday night. Is that right? I think so. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so we got our seats, we got this bag, we got kind of, you know, your swag bag. And what was really interesting, I forgot to tell you, we got a mug. We do have a mug of the day. As you can imagine, I dug through the cabinets and I pulled out Oregon because I was in Oregon. I had to use the Oregon mug, and if I could have found it, I would have done Portland, but I couldn't find the Portland mug. It must be buried in the back recesses of the cabinet. Anyway, have a beverage. A classic vanilla latte. That's what I'm having. Oh my gosh, I'm getting all revved up thinking about how much fun this Stitch Summit was. Anyway, one of the things that was so fun was the designers knocked it out of the park, and they really put some thought into where's the retreat, what can I design that kind of represents that region of the country. Spot on. Both of them are spot on. I can hardly wait to stitch either one of these. So Stephanie Webb, who is of course Lindy Stitches, she went for the beach. So as you can imagine, this is exclusive to the retreat, and I'm assuming it will be released at some point. However, I didn't hear them say that, so you know, just keep that in the back of your head. But anyway, she went for the beach, and we have got all sorts of wonderful beach creatures, and then the number up there is the zip code of the Portland area. And our quote is, "Comb the beach for treasures with me. My heart resides beside the sea." Isn't that fabulous? And I'm trying to think if she gave a credit. No, she said when she announced this that was a phrase that she came up with, so it's not from someone else. It's a Lindy Stitches quote. It's pretty cool. We did get, of course, it all kitted up. So we've got floss, we've got fabric, there's even some beads, and she gave us stickers, which I can hardly wait to put somewhere, probably on my water bottle, so I can see them all the time. But this is a 32 count Zweigart raw linen, which is one of my favorite colors, and it's just perfect for me. 32 count, and me, you know, we know that's my happy spot. So I'm really thrilled with this pattern, and I showed it to my husband, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that is definitely for you." But then what also was for me, oh, and I forgot, in her package she also included the cutest little pair of scissors. Aren't those sweet? Yeah, and they've got a really, really fine point on them, which I love, so you can clip your threads really close on the back of your fabric. Love that. So besides that, from the blue flower, we received a pattern that went the other way. Janine McGowan went towards the woods, and her pattern, again, it just speaks to my soul. It's just so amazing. So her pattern is called Forest Home. Look at that. Look at that. And then the quote on this one is, "Our roots are in the depths of the woods." And that quote is credited to Emile Galle, I think is how you say, Galle. And yeah, she did her homework too. She picked out all sorts of creatures that would be native to the Portland woods, the forests in Portland and Oregon. And she even went so far as to tell you what each and every one is here on the bottom of the chart, which I thought was really, really spectacular. And then this, we received a 36 count beautiful, beautiful green linen. And for the life of me, as I'm flipping this around, I can't spot what the name of the linen is, but just a beautiful green 36 counts. So this will be probably stitched 1/2, maybe 2/2. There's a number of people that stitched 2/2 on 36 count, and I might be one of those crazy people because I like a really good coverage on my stitching. Anyway, here is our floss pack. Look how fabulous that is. Isn't that great? There's all of our flosses. I mean, we've got DMC and Weeks and Classic Colorworks and all the goodies. And then we also received a needle minder that looks like the pattern, which is spectacular. So I couldn't be happier with these patterns. They're just great. Oh, and the other thing that they put in here is hold it way back here, is little motifs. Hummingbird, butterfly, lots of flowers, a bird. And Janine was pointing out on this bag that you could stitch those motifs in these open white areas, because that looks like a good cross stitch fabric, right? And so we also received some Gloriana pearl cottons so that we could do some stitching on our bag if we so desired. And we also received a zipper pull. So specific, PNWSS 2022. So that was really fun to get that. And then of course, it's got a little acorn charm on it, if you can see that. So anyway, that's just the beginning of the goodness. And then on Saturday, the designers came around, and I'm digging here. They came around with these little necklace blanks and another sheet of little motifs from Stephanie. And we had a hummingbird, what else? A little heart. I'm trying to remember. Anyway, there were like 6 different designs that you could stitch on like a 36 count fabric, which was sized to go around this little interior ring, and then you'll snap it into here and glue it in a little bit, and then you'll have this fantastic cross-stitched necklace. So that was really, really fun. In fact, Stephanie was walking around the ballroom with, I think, at least 3 of the motifs stitched up, and Now, since I stitched mostly on 32 count, I didn't have a corner of a 36 to do it right there in the ballroom, but I'm definitely going to do it. I mean, a cross stitch necklace? Yes, I'm all over that. So, I mean, our retreat started off with a bang. And then, Saturday, like I said, they showed us how to do the necklace. We just had just the best time. Stephanie also, as a special treat, I'm trying to, this is it, this is what, yeah, brought along the gentleman who is Chris Gilbert, and this is his picture right here. And Chris Gilbert is the one who takes the pictures of all of the birds that Stephanie uses as inspiration for her Bird Crush Club. In fact, this is the latest one. This is the American Goldfinch. And so Chris came up and, talked to us about birds, the birds that he has seen since he's been in the Portland area. His wife Sherry came with. They're from, I think he was, don't quote me, but I think they're from Colorado. And I mean, it was so fascinating. It was so interesting to listen to him. He was so enthusiastic about, his own art form, photography and bird watching, and it was really fun. He gave a little talk, and then all of a sudden he says, yeah, I see people's eyes glazing over, so I'm going to end here. It was the cutest thing. So anyway, I, of course, being a big fat total geek, followed him outside because he left the ballroom with his wife, and they were just, sitting around. And I went up to him and I said, hey, I want you to know that I really appreciate your photography and the collaboration you have with Stephanie. And I brought along 2 finished birds based on his photography. So I have stitched the broad-billed hummingbird in the Bird Crush Club, and also the Stellar's Jay. So I just wandered up and was completely obnoxious, I'm sure, and had to show off. Look, I did your stuff. So he was very gracious, and his wife Sherry is a complete delight. I just loved her immediately. So anyway, I had fun meeting the photographer for the Bird Crush Club. So that was another kind of special moment for me at the retreat, beyond meeting, all the people, right? There were so many people. At one point I think it was on Saturday, maybe Sunday, the days blur. They had everybody that has a FlossTube come up to the microphone and say their name and their FlossTube channel, and there were a lot of people. There were a lot of people in that room that have FlossTube channels. So it was fun. Megan the Frozen Crafter, she was sitting there scribbling everybody's name down, and so I've got a list of everybody that was there. So that was super fun to meet people face to face. Let's see. I can't think of anything else to tell you. I did show Jean McGowan, excuse me, got the hiccups, my Huckleberry Farm. So that was fun. So again, I'm doing your thing. And she was gracious, and she said it looked lovely, and she liked my fabric choice. I told her all about doing the custom dye through Bestitch Me. And so that was fun. And I did manage to stitch on it both on Friday and on Saturday at the retreat. The first day I stitched on it down in the ballroom, and the second day on Saturday I stitched it up in my room because I'm too distracted, and it's 36 count and the holes are tiny, and the lighting was actually really good in the ballroom. I brought my my daylight down, and I didn't really hardly have to use it. So Yay, there's that. And then Sunday I woke up, and if you've seen my Instagram, I broke a blood vessel in my middle finger, and I don't know if you can see it. It's almost healed. The middle finger is still slightly purple. It's getting better. It never really hurt, and it's something that has happened to me before. So I didn't panic, but I did in the end go to the doctor on Monday because we talked about it at my last physical, and I'm telling her all about, these crazy blood vessels that burst in my finger unexpectedly. And she's like, well, there's not much to do and see right now. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that. And she said, but next time it happens, come in. So I did go in, and they were like, yeah, that's pretty purple. So they took pictures of it. They're sending me off to, get a scan, and then they'll have a vascular somebody look at it and probably tell me, yeah, that happens, and send me on my way. So for all of you that commented on my Instagram posts, thank you very much. I'm doing fine. It's getting better. I did not stitch on Sunday. I decided to give it a rest. So I did not get my 25/7 in on Sunday or Monday. I didn't stitch either one of those days. So I broke my streak. Oh well. Okay, so I could go on and on about the Stitch Summit, but it was delightful. If you have the opportunity to attend an in-person retreat, I would say do it. It was really, really fun, and it's so great to meet people that you have seen online and to make those face-to-face connections. So thank you, table mates. Thank you, Becca and Deb and Tara and Lynn and Megan and the other Lynn, for sitting with me and just being the wonderful, caring, generous people that you are. I thoroughly enjoyed my time with you. So having said that, I will put the pin in the recap, and I will show you the 3 WIPs that I have worked on since last we got together. And then if you're at all interested, I will haul out the Holy Guacamole Haulapalooza because I got a lot of it. Okay, so a little bit of stitching has been done on Huckleberry Farm, and I am still working on the border over above the bear. So I got lots of berries, some more leaves, and I don't know if those are supposed to be like, I don't know, maybe blueberries that haven't ripened yet. That's my guess. But anyway, that is what I got up to on that. And there is a cute little birdie that sits right here, and that's the next thing that I'm going to add to Huckleberry Farm. So not a whole lot to see because it really only got 25/7 stitching this week. But that's okay. I still got some progress. Let's see, the next thing that I've started since last I saw you, I think. No. Yes? No. Anyway, I am working on finishing up the October Snowflower Diary piece. So I've got the center bit done except for the back stitching, which I always like to do after I've stitched everything else. And I am working on the border. So I'm hoping to get at least halfway through the border tonight while I'm sitting around watching TV with the fam. So that's where I'm at on Snowflower Diaries. And let me tell you, if there ever was a creature that needed to be cross-stitched, it's a hedgehog. Don't you think that hedgehog is perfect in cross-stitch? I do. I think he's perfect. He just gives me joy just looking at him. He is so cute. So need to hurry up and finish that so I can get that up in my entryway for October, which is, as we know, just 2 days away because today's the 29th. I don't know that I'll quite get it finished by then, but I'm going to give it a good push. We'll see where I get to. So that's my second WIP. And my third WIP, now this is what I concentrated on at the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit, like I told you. Quaker Turtle. So I was really happy with my progress on Quaker Turtle because I finished a Quaker when I was there, and that was pretty much my goal. So here's the whole thing. So I am really close. So this Quaker I finished down at the Stitch Summit, and then since getting home I have put in the border for the last big Quaker. So I have, you know, two flippers and a Quaker left to do, and then she's done. So yep, that's where I got to. I just want to make sure you can see all the loveliness of the Quaker Turtle. So I am thrilled with my progress. And in fact, I can hardly put this down, which is why Snowflower Diary is languishing, because I'm having so much fun stitching all the Quakers. I don't know what my deal is, you guys, but apparently I have never met a Quaker I didn't like. I just adore this thing. Yeah. So that's where I got to on Quaker Turtle. And like I said, I'm gonna have a hard time not stitching on this tonight and stitching on Snowflower Diary, but I really need to finish that up. So I'm gonna have to give myself a stern talking to and head for the Snowflower Diaries. So that's my 3 WIPs. That's what I've stitched on over the last week, and it's only been a week, right? Is that right? Or has it been longer? I usually look at my calendar. Let me see. I'm gonna take a peek at my calendar. I'm curious now. Yeah, I think I filmed on the 21st. Is that right? Yeah, I think I filmed on the 21st. So yeah, it's only been a little over a week. So, and I'm apologies. I have got the giveaways in the envelopes ready to go. I cannot get my laptop to fire up. That's going to be a thing. This laptop and I are having a real love-hate relationship. It just wouldn't fire up. I could not get the darn thing to turn on and load Google, load my Gmail. So I'm gonna have to call in the tech team. my boys, Rob and Nicholas, are gonna have to come in here and see what the heck is going on with this thing. I'm telling you, this is like the last PC I get. I'm going back to Macs. I can't stand it. I wish Becca could hook me up with a discount, because those things are expensive. So I do not have the winners polled because I can't get the stupid laptop to open. So as soon as I can get it open, I will poll the winners and I will mail them. And I will try to write down who won, because I know people are always interested. But just know that, I look on my Happy Mail form to see if I have your address, and I just address it and send it on its way. But I will try to remember to announce it on next FlossTube. But I'm sure between now and then I will get this stupid thing to turn on, but I couldn't get it done before I started filming. So there we are on that. Okay, my great big bag of treasures is on the floor, so let me grab it. And it, of course, is in my Acorns and Threads bag. So what could I not leave behind at the store? I'm gonna tell you guys, honestly, the wheels fell off the cart. It was like, apparently I decided I owned all the money in the world because I bought everything. Okay, so enough apologizing. I'm just gonna go for it. So the first day I went to Acorns, there were a couple of things that I have had my eye on forever, and I finally just decided today is the day I am going home with them. And the first thing I picked up was the Sampler Motif Source Book by Brenda Keyes. I have wanted this thing forever. Acorns has had it, and then I'll go down there to buy it, and then I'll pick it up and I'll put it back. And I've done that, I don't know, for a year. And so I finally decided today is the day. I'm drawing a line in the sand. I'm walking over it and I'm picking this up. So I am really thrilled to have this in my personal library, because there have been a few times when I've been looking for an alphabet, I just can't find one. This is going to help me out. I'm super excited to have that. So the other thing that I couldn't leave behind was Simone Smalls, and I know there have been people that have done flip throughs on this, and that is what inspired me to purchase it, because of others' flip throughs and just all those yummy, red pieces. I've never stitched a red sampler, true confession, but I want to. And so there's stuff in here that, like that pillow or that little ornament. I think that's going to be my my gateway into red samplers. So I picked that up. Let's see, now I had also see, I thought I was going to be really good, because I had emailed Acorns and Threads before I got there, and I said, put Simone Smalls in, aside for me. I asked them to put 3 of the Tiny Towns aside for me. So I picked up the Big Hearted Tiny Town. I picked up the Halloween Tiny Town, and I picked up Christmas Tiny Town. So I asked them to set that aside for me. I just knew that I wanted to stitch those. So I thought, well, if I send them a wish list in advance, then I will be, I won't be so tempted to go crazy. The other thing I asked them to put in my bag were the Christmas sweaters by Leela's Studios, both the red, the red and the blue. So they did that. And I thought, that'll be plenty of a purchase. But then you get in the store, and my friend Lynn, who drove down with me, came up to me and said, Robin, have you seen these? Like, no. Yeah, look at this. Candy Corn and Pumpkins by Stitches by Ethel. Oh my goodness. I couldn't put this in my shopping cart fast enough. And then Lynn said, oh, by the way, there's a companion piece. Thanks, Lynn. So there's a Christmas one. And this one is evergreens and peppermints. And they were so adorable. I couldn't leave them behind. In fact, I'm not sure, but I think Anna Stitch Roadie, Anna, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure she got one of these, if not both of them. Anna, we need to do a start along. We need to do a start along on these, because these need to get stitched sooner rather than later. So that was my first jumping off point from sticking to what was on my email. So those guys came home with me, and then from there it was a free-for-all. So I will show you my free-for-all. So, oh, and these are the ones, okay, you guys, these are the ones I was trying to tell you about. These were in our swag bag when we checked in for the retreat. These are from Beth Twist. And we've got Festive Little Fobs, the Woodland Edition, which couldn't be cuter. And then Festive Little Fobs, the Seaside Edition. So thank you, Beth. I love them. So that was part of the swag. And then the other things that I picked up, because I'm on a berry kick, I couldn't leave behind Tiptoe Through the Tulips. Tulips are my favorite flower. So, since I was, buying things anyway, I bought that. And then sitting right next to it was Stitch All the Things. So that had to come home. Then, of course, my love of Hawaii was, you know, peaked with Hawaiian sea turtle. Yeah, couldn't leave that behind, the Hawaiian sea turtle. So that came home with me. And then, of course, I adore Brenda Gervais, and I had never picked this up, so Good Cheer came home with me also. So there was that. And then what else is in this bag? Okay, that was the first trip to Acorns. The second trip to Acorns, I decided I should buy fabric. Now, what happened with the second trip to Acorns is I had seen a sampler that Janine of the Acorns and Threads Janine had stitched, and it was framed and it was on display, and I really wanted to stitch it. And we found the pattern, and it is this guy. It's by the Scarlet House. It's called Entwined Hearts. I don't know if you can see that very well. Anyway, Entwined Hearts. But Janine had completely done a conversion. She had stitched it on a different fabric, and she had selected different flosses. And so I was like, I want to do that. I want to do it exactly like Janine did it. And when I went back the second time, they were able to find the fabric, and Janine came in and she pulled the floss. And so what she stitched it on was beetroot. And I think this is a fox and rabbit, if I'm not mistaken. And then these, it only has 4 colors, and these 4 silks. She stitched it in silks. I pulled the trigger and I bought the silks because really it was so gorgeous, all stitched up. I'm just like, I need that on my wall. I need that in my life. And like I said, I wanted to do it exactly like Janine did it. And so they were able to kit this up for me. It was spectacular. So that came home with me. And then I did buy three fabrics. And what's really funny is I went down there and I thought, I always buy 32 count fabric. I am going to buy 36. And I picked up 36, and in the end, I put it all back and I bought 32 because it's my happy place. So I have never stitched on Fortnite fabric. So I picked up Fortnite fabric, and this is called Schwank. And it's got a little yellower tone to it, and it's fantastic. I can hardly wait to stitch on it. And look at that modeling. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, I don't know what's going on this, but I just thought I just wanted to try it. I just wanted to try some Fortnite fabric. So I got that. Then, because I could, I bought 2 fox and rabbits. And this is, again, I have never stitched on fox and rabbit, but I'm intrigued. And especially that beetroot was so pretty. I thought I'd like to try, I want some more neutrally things for stitching. So I picked up in the Attic. This is the darker one, Up in the Attic. And then this is Hog Bristle. And my camera's blowing this out a little bit. It's not quite as yellow. It's a little more taupey than that, but anyway, I picked up those. And is there anything else? Nope, nothing else. And then I did get, the last things that are in my bag, I did get two free things from the retreat. Somebody brought this over to me. This was on the freebie table, book lover motifs. Yep, couldn't leave that behind. I really appreciate that being brought to my attention. And then I was chatting with Michelle G, who is Bendy Stitchy, and she was finishing up this, and she said, would you like the chart? And I'm like, yes, please. So I was gifted Pumpkin Pals Forever by Chessie and Me from Michelle. And Michelle, thank you. I can hardly wait to stitch on this. And, you know, there's some threads left in here, and it's fantastic. There's some wool for finishing that she didn't use. So yeah, I can hardly wait to stitch on that. So that is the holy haul. Haulapalooza, right? So with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I just really appreciate you and finding all of you. I really, really appreciate you being here and sitting around and listening to me ramble about cross stitch. So have a great day, you guys. Thanks for listening to my recap. Thanks for going through my haul with me. Have a great rest of your day. I will pull the winners. I will pull the winners and I will get those mailed out just as soon as possible. So have a great day. Stitch happy, my friends, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.